Chapter 6: The Early States, Janpadas and Mahajanapadas. The period from 600 BC to 400 BC is very important in the history of India. The simple tribal setup of the later Vedic period gave way to the formation of big territorial states. They had a definite territory, a government for administration and making laws, and were independent from any external control. Many such states grew up all over the Ganga Valley. Some of these later grew up into powerful empires. Sources: the later Vedic, Buddhist and Jain literature are our chief sources of information about this period. Besides this, some information has also been gained from archaeological sources. Excavations carried out at ancient sites Pataliputra, Kashi, etc. also provide some information about this period. Janpadas and Mahajanapadas. As the Aryans spread into the Ganga Valley, they found that a large tract of the Ganga plains was covered with thick forests. These forests had to be cleared for settlement. Iron tools helped the Aryans to clear these forests, where later, bigger settlements grew up. The small tribes of the earlier period gave way to big kingdoms. These territories were called Janpadas. The larger and more powerful Janpadas were called Mahajanapadas. There were 16 Mahajanapadas in Ganga Valley in the 6th century BC. 1. Anga. According to Pali literature, the Anga included the modern districts of Bhagalpur and Munger in Bihar. Its capital was Champa. 2. Magdha. It included modern districts of Patna and Gaya in Bihar. Its capital was Girivraj, modern Rajgir. The Janpada means territory or the land where the Jana said they fought and settled down. 3. Vajji. It was a union of 8 clans, among which Videha, Vajji and Lichavi were important. Videha had its capital at Vaishali in North Bihar. 4. Sena. It included the modern district of Mathura in Uttar Pradesh. Its capital was Mathura. 5. Panchal. It included the present Rohil Khan division in Uttar Pradesh. It was a large kingdom, with the northern part having its capital at Ahichhatra and the southern part having its capital at Kampilya. 6. Kuru. It was a renowned kingdom which included the present Meerut district, Delhi and southeastern Haryana. Its former capital was at Hastinapur, which got destroyed by severe floods in the Ganga river. Indraprastha became its capital city. 7. Matsya. It was located around modern Jaipur in Rajasthan. Its capital was at Virtanagar. 8. Chedi. It was situated on the banks of the Yamuna river and included the present Bundelkhand region of Uttar Pradesh. 9. Avanti. It included the Malwa region of Madhya Pradesh. The northern part of this kingdom had its capital Ujjaini, modern Ujjain, while the southern part had its capital at Mahishmati. 10. Asaka. It was situated on the banks of the Godavari river with its capital at Patna. 11. Mala. It was located in Gorakhpur district of Uttar Pradesh. It was divided into 2 parts with their respective capitals at Kushinagar and Pava. 12. Kashi. It included modern Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh. Kashi, Banaras or Varanasi, was its capital. 13. Kosla. It included Oudh region in Uttar Pradesh. Its boundaries extended up to the Gandak river in the east, Panchal, Bareilly in the west, the Sai river in the south and the foothills of Nepal in the north. The Sarayu river divided Mahajanapada into 2 parts: Sai, northern Kosla with its capital at Shravasti, and 2. Southern Kosla with its capital at Kushavati. 14. Vatsa. It included the modern district of Allahabad in Uttar Pradesh. Its capital was Kausambi. 15. Gandhar. It was located around modern Peshawar and Rawalpindi districts of Pakistan and included parts of Afghanistan. Its capital was Takshashila. 16. Kamboj. It was located in Rajouri and Hazara districts in the northwest part of the Indian subcontinent. All the Mahajanpadas were constantly fighting against each other for territory and control over rivers. System of government in Mahajanapadas. Two systems of government were prevalent in Mahajanpadas. 1. Monarchy or kingship. It was hereditary. It was passed on from father to son. The king had now become very important and powerful figure in government. He was considered protector of the society and religion. He enjoyed godlike status and a luxurious life. The Brahman priests helped the king to frame laws and regulations to maintain social and political order. The Purohita as such, gained prominence in a monarchy. There used to be a council of ministers who were called Amratyas. They helped the king in administration. 2. Republics. According to Pali literature, there were about 10 republics in northern India during the times of Buddha. The republics of Kapilavastu, Vaishali, Paga, Mallas, Kushinagar, etc. were a few of them. The executive head of these republics was called the Raja and was chosen by the people themselves. He was responsible to the people. Important matters were discussed by whose members were also chosen by the people. Differences between kingdom and republics and monarchies existed side by side. Apart from the mode of government, there was another difference between them. The kingdoms were generally in fertile plains and were thus more prosperous due to agriculture and trade. The republics were in less fertile and hilly regions, such as the Himalayan foothills. Case study. 1. Magdha. Out of 16 Mahajanapadas in northern India, Magdha emerged as the most powerful and important kingdom. It was located in the Gangetic Valley, which was immensely fertile and produced a variety of paddy crops. The geographical location of the empire also greatly contributed to the prosperity of the people. The rulers of the Magdha Empire too maintained strong standing armies which enabled the rulers to bring other states under their control. Besides, several other factors were also responsible to establish a strong empire, as transport, minerals, water supply. The use of elephants in the wars against their neighbors also greatly contributed to the success of Magdha. These war elephants could be used for storming the fortresses and marching over areas which lacked roads and other means of transportation. On account of its eastern location, the kingdom was assured of iron ore mines in neighborhood regions that could be tapped to make strong tools and weapons. Forests also provided wood for building houses, carts and chariots. Magdha was lucky to have a number of powerful rulers like Bimbisara, Ajatashatru, and Mahapadmananda, who were determined to extend the empire through all warfare and foul means. Mahapadmananda was very able and ambitious ruler to extend the boundaries of the empire. The strategic location of the capitals of Magdha Empire was also in favor. The two capitals of Magdha, the first at Rajagriha, Rajgir, in Bihar and the second at Pataliputra, Patna, were located at strategic points. Rajgir was surrounded by a group of 5 hills which rendered it impregnable. Similarly, Pataliputra, where the capital was later shifted, also occupied a pivotal position. It was situated at the confluence of the Ganga, the Gandak and the Son. This enabled the army to move to various directions by following the course of the rivers. The capital itself was surrounded by rivers from almost all sides which rendered it invulnerable. 2. Vajji centered around the Vaishali district of Bihar. The Vajjis were located to the north of the Ganga. This Mahajanapada extended up to the hills of Nepal in the north. It was separated from Kosla by the river Gandak. Unlike the Mahajanapadas, the Vajjis had a different kind of political organization. The contemporary texts refer to them as a Gana Sangha, a term which has been variously translated as a republic or an oligarchy. The Gana Samghas of this period represented a rule not by an all-powerful king but a joint rule by a group of Kshatriya chiefs, the ruling class, members of which were the most well-known. The Videhas had their capital at Mithila. It has been identified with Janakpur in Nepal. Although the Ramayana associates it with King Janaka, the Buddhist sources consider it a chiefship. Licchavis, the most well-known of the ancient Indian Gansanghas, had their headquarters at Vaishali is said to have been a large and prosperous city.